morning, you guys. It is Amanda and Barron with Kickin Cancer Cares on KSLM Radio, 104.3 FM and 1220 AM. Our sponsor for this first half is Oddmost Pizza. I have traveled a lot within the last week.
Yeah, you have.
And so I just, a good pizza with fresh ingredients. Obviously, I'm probably going to do the green monster with artichoke hearts and the white sauce and some chicken and bacon bits on it. Is so good. And then their salad. I love I'm not sure which one it is, but it's this one right here where it's just got the onions, olives, and tomatoes and greens. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
It's a nice basic salad.
I just want an easy go pick up my dinner for the kids and just do nothing.
Have you seen the newest item that they've added?
No.
Mac and cheese.
You're lying.
No, they've added mac and cheese.
You can add tons of stuff to it. You can add bacon.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so they've got new mac and cheese, and Ashley's in the back. I don't know if you guys can hear, but you can add a bunch of stuff to it, like bacon, tomatoes, and all kinds of stuff. And
so
it's white cheddar mac.
White cheddar mac. So my kids are obsessed with mac and cheese.
For a while.
So I'll be getting that as well because my kids love their mac and cheese. Anywhere they go, mac and cheese, mac and cheese, mac and cheese. So huge shout out to Mike from Oddmost Pizza. Thank you so much. And if you guys are like me and don't want to cook and just grab some really good, yummy, fresh food, then that's where you go, Oddmost Pizza.
Well, over the course of the last several years with Kickin Cancer, I've had the pleasure of meeting several survivors, and we've had several of them come in and share their story. Teresa and I met through Chamber a couple years ago, and I thought, being here we are in October and breast cancer awareness, we'd let her come in and share her story with you.
Yes.
So there's lots of pink in the room today.
Yes, there is.
Before we get too deep into Teresa's story, last week we kind of went away from the survivor stories, and Brooke Jenkins was with us.
Yeah.
And we talked about metabolic health, which was a very interesting discussion.
Yeah.
What was your big takeaway from that discussion with Brooke?
I think a lot of it is what we talk about, and just eating good and feeding your body and being positive and getting the exercise and just doing all the good things for our body, and in return our body reacts in such a positive way that it's all good.
Get the good things in, the bad things out, right?
Exactly. And you can do so much medically for your body by doing those simple things that you don't have to have medications.
Right. Yeah, I would agree. Totally. Well, speaking of getting the good things in, we're going back to our magazine.
Food.
And I'm excited. This is actually one of my favorites, artichokes.
Oh.
Are you a fan of artichokes?
So perfect, yes.
We're talking about the pizzas.
Yeah.
What the magazine says is artichokes are one of the highest fiber foods on the planet.
Oh, wow.
So they support gut health and may help prevent or fight obesity.
Okay.
They're also full of vitamins, minerals, and flavonoids, which may protect against skin cancer, according to an animal research project that was done recently.
Okay.
So artichokes are our big topic for this week.
I love artichokes. They're so good. I make this amazing artichoke dip, but probably not, it's
good, but not necessarily the healthiest.
Right.
Well,
exactly. It was so good.
It has the health in it. So.
Yeah.
Well, one of my favorite artichoke dips has got like 2 big chunks of cream cheese in it, so maybe not
exactly.
the healthiest
It's like
dip.
a spinach cream cheese artichoke dip.
Yeah, it's a great dip,
good.
but maybe not. That's an awful lot of dairy to put inside one dip.
Says who? I'm just kidding.
And then the other update I want to give you is we are just a little different in this fourth quarter with our Go team.
Okay.
And for the listeners that are new to this podcast, Kickin Cancer has done some different things when it comes to fundraising, and we're reevaluating some of our programs. I look at a lot of the organizations here in town, and when you're donating to them, that money is going to something that they're doing.
Yeah.
And we haven't done that in the past. We haven't had a program specifically to donate money to somebody. And so we're going to probably reevaluate this as we head into next year. But in the past, our fundraisers have been a community rallied around an individual to raise money for that individual. Well, we actually had 3 different individuals at the Corvallis area say, hey, can we do something as a group?
Oh.
So it's going to be Go Team Corvallis.
Yeah.
Cheryl Good's going to help orchestrate that. It's going to be an event on November the 15th. There's a place on there called The Grange, and they're going to host it there. And it's going to be called music heals and money helps.
Okay, I love
So
that.
several local musicians are going to donate their time to come in and play some music. So as more details come together with that, I'll let you all know, but that's kind of the next
Okay.
up and coming event.
That's cool that they're doing it as a group thing.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Like they're all three friends and they're like, hey, how can we do something as all of us together?
Yeah.
And that was the plan, is to create an event collectively.
Okay. Perfect. I love it.
Yeah.
Keep us posted on more details.
As I get more details, we'll bring them in.
Sweet.
But I do want to give Teresa a chance to tell her story and hopefully provide some hope for some ladies out there, because yours is 21 years ago.
21 years.
Okay.
Yeah. It went by really fast.
Yeah.
So in October of actually it was August of 2004,
Uh-huh.
I went in for my normal
Mammogram?
ultrasound, the mammogram, and so they within probably an hour of leaving that appointment, I had a phone call that said, "Hey, we need you to come back."
Oh,
Wow.
wow. That's quick.
That fast. Yeah.
That's-
So the radiologist was on it and saw something that wasn't normal. So I went back and they did some more scanning, and then I had to wait for the answers.
Hurry up and
And
wait.
So hurry up and wait. Yeah.
It's going to be the hardest part, is
So-
the waiting part.
Oh, it was. Yeah, it was. So anyway, it was determined then that I did have a very beginning stage 1 of breast cancer, very small, but it was there. And so thank you to the radiologist that found that.
Yeah.
Because, it could have easily not been detected.
Yeah.
It was that small. So anyway, then it was a couple more months and I had a surgery. I had the lumpectomy. And then after that, then they had still found suspicious cells kind of outside of that area. So I chose to fight aggressively. And so at that point, then I went with the right side mastectomy, just one side. So 21 years ago, that was aggressive. They wanted,
Right.
Breast conservation. And it's like, no, there's too much breast cancer in my family. And so we went that direction. But
And you were relatively young when this all happened, weren't you?
I was, in my mind, very young, 42 years old. I was not expecting that. You have cancer. Those
Right.
3 words. At 42, you don't hear that.
Never would you expect to hear.
No, that's correct. That is
Yeah.
so true, Baron.
Yeah.
And so anyway, yep, got those words. And then, but it had spread to my lymph nodes.
Okay.
So they had removed, I think, 13, and it had gotten into 1. And so that's when I chose at that point to do the chemo and radiation. After that point, so we did the mastectomy, and then I had to wait a little bit, and then it was 6 months of chemotherapy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and that's probably because when it get to the lymph nodes, they're concerned about it spreading. So
Right.
now
Yes.
they're going to do something to keep the spreading from occurring, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. So, yep, we did that. 6 months of that. My hair fell out. That was my biggest concern after I, knew that I was going to have to do chemotherapy.
Was losing your hair?
Was losing my hair. Because
Yeah.
I went in, and that was the only time I really cried. I walked in the bathroom, I looked in my mirror, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose all of my hair.
Yeah.
And so I had it cut really short, and it was cute, but I knew it wasn't going to stay long.
Yeah.
And so it was right after that first treatment, my chemo cocktail, I call it, that it really just started falling out. And so, yeah.
And I think it's important you mentioned that's what kind of took you out, because with cancer, it's in you, so it's hard to see, but you're fighting that. But then when you lose part of your identity that makes you who you are, it almost strips that for you, and it makes it very real and visual.
Yeah.
And so that can be and it's just a constant reminder that it's there.
It was.
So
for about the next 8 or 9 months. I had no hair, so I tried wigs. Those didn't work for me. They were itchy, they were hot, they were all the things.
Did you do hats and bonnets and scarves?
No scarves. I did the ladies that donate to the hospital, they crochet or knit. Little beanies were my favorites.
Okay.
Yep.
And so I could wear a baseball cap on top of that.
Gotcha.
So that was my go-to.
Okay.
It was nice just to, not have the wig. It was, the scarf. I mean, all the things. They have so many garments that you can put on as far as hats and and scarves, and nice. But it just wasn't me. And so the baseball caps were. And that was the next 8 or 9 months of my life.
What other symptoms did you have besides losing your hair?
Nothing.
You didn't get sick?
I did not get sick.
No way.
So they did give me steroids. So I did take an injection. So I actually gained weight instead of losing.
Wow.
That was tough because I've never been a big person, but when you add 20 pounds to somebody, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
And so,
who am I?
And so anyway, so I did that for the entire time of the chemotherapy.
Okay.
And then as soon as that chemo stopped, the 20 pounds came right off.
Okay.
But then we went into the radiation.
Right.
So then...
Now, you didn't gain weight because of the radiation, did you?
No.
Okay.
Nope. It was the steroid, and that helped keep me healthier so that my white blood cells didn't drop to where I would have to miss treatments.
Yeah.
Right.
So in the whole 6 months, I did not ever miss a treatment. And then there was a...
How often did you go in for treatment?
Yeah, so once a week.
Once a
Yeah,
week.
so once a week.
Wow.
Yeah. And the first treatment, I'll never forget. I didn't want to eat before I went because I didn't want to get sick.
Right.
Because a lot of people do get sick there. They hook you up, and it's a full process of blood testing, hook you up to an IV, and then you sit there for an hour and a half or however long your treatment is.
Right.
On the IV drip.
Okay.
And so anyway, afterwards, after my first treatment, I was starving. And so I wanted to stop at my favorite Mexican restaurant in Kaiser and have lunch. And unfortunately, because of the acidity in the salsa that I just gobbled down because it's so good, Los Dos Hermanos, anyway, my mouth was on fire.
Oh.
It burnt, so I couldn't really eat anything for days, so probably 3 or 4 days.
Oh,
Wow.
So anyone going through chemo treatment, probably not a good idea to
don't do the salsa.
Don't do the
Don't do the
salsa.
salsa.
Yeah. Anyway, so we did that. Yeah, and then I was off of work during that time, so I was blessed that I had a short and long-term insurance policy.
Yeah.
So because I had worked at Lazy Boy and I was strictly commission sales, and being a single mom, so all of these things.
You're going through all this as a single mom.
Yeah, as a single mom.
gosh.
Single mom of 2 teenage daughters.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, so add that to the mix of things.
Yeah. Boy.
But we made it. We made it. And anyway, so then during the radiation was a 6-week program, and that was every day, Monday through Friday, every day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
How long were you up there for each day?
So, that treatment lasted less than 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the radiation here in town. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's good.
So right here, everything was here in town. So all of my appointments with my doctors right here in town had the best team ever.
That made it nice.
Yeah. And so, but the radiation portion, maybe 10 minutes.
Okay.
You go in, they get you set up with tattoos, and that's your area that they're going to concentrate on every time you go in. They set you up, and you're in and out of there fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
But towards the end of it is where the pain really started with the radiation, was it burns. It burns your skin from like the outside in.
Okay.
It's, yeah. So it, that was the only part that was really tough on me.
Did you find that the radiation was harder, or was the chemotherapy harder?
Actually, for me, towards the end of the radiation was harder. With the chemotherapy, I was given medication, the anti-nausea medication, and then the steroid. So really, the day of treatment or so, you'd be a little bit nauseated. And then probably the metallic taste in your mouth. So I had a lot of suckers, lollipops, that kind of stuff, just to kind of keep rid of that icky taste in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So many people told about that tin taste.
Yes.
Tin, yeah, that's exactly it.
So many have talked about that tin taste in your mouth from the
Yeah.
chemotherapy. Must be from killing all the cells on your tongue and inside your mouth.
Honestly, I don't know. It could
Did
be
you
for sure.
lose flavor like with eating?
No,
Okay.
there was no. It was, I have to say, my treatment plan, I was blessed.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, because a lot of people, don't, they're go through a lot worse than what I went through.
Right.
And so I feel extremely blessed in my start to ending treatment.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome.
And then how long after you start treatment were you then confirmed that you were cancer free?
Well, after treatment, you go in for appointments, and they check you like every 6 months.
Right.
So with that, within 6 months of being through all of my chemotherapy, I guess would have been. So it would have been about the beginning of 2005, I think, by the time that.
Oh, so relatively quickly.
Yeah, so it was
And it
a
hasn't come
year.
back.
I'm sorry.
Within a year.
2006. It was a year.
A year.
So,
Okay.
so about 2006, it would have been.
Gotcha.
So, because that was beginning of 2005, kind of when I started going through all of my big surgeries and
Right.
chemo and all of that. Yeah.
Right.
Did you have any fears going through all of this? Like, is it going to go away? Is this going to work? What does this mean?
Yeah. So, really, my biggest fear were for my children.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah. So, a 17-year-old and a 14-year-old daughters, I knew that they would be okay if something happened to me, but I never let myself become depressed. I never let myself have a pity party. It was like, this is what's happening. We're going to get through this. It was early stage. So, I don't even know if they could. It was just so early stages. It was like a 0.07 centimeter.
Right.
It was,
Very, very
very,
small.
very, very small.
And that's
yeah.
because you went and did your mammogram and
It
did your
was.
annual, like you just checking it off the list. Okay, got to do this yearly, get it done with, and move along.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and if
So
it,
blessed you
and
did
if it
that.
hadn't gone metastatic, it would have been an even quicker process.
Yeah.
Just the lumpectomy and you're
Right.
done.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. True. Very true. Yeah, but because of all the history of breast cancer in my family, it was my grandmother's sister had it, then my grandmother had it, then my mother's sister had it, then I had it, and then my
Wow.
mother had it.
Oh.
So just,
So there's definitely some genetics somewhere.
Yeah.
well, and that's what's so interesting is I had that genetic testing done, and they said that mine was negative.
No way.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And
So did
I'm
you
like,
get-
how?
You did the testing before you got the cancer?
No.
Oh, after.
No,
After.
after.
Oh, wow.
After,
Just to
because
see,
I wanted
yeah.
to see, they wanted to see, my doctors wanted to see, is it,
Genetic. Yeah. Well, and like, what is it? Less than 5% of cancers are genetic.
Genetic, yeah.
So it's actually a really low percentage. But then when you see such a long, strong line of your family having it, it's like, how can it not be genetic?
exactly, yeah.
Well, we've had these conversations about if there's a number of people in the family, is there something environmental that's occurring?
Oh.
Is there something within the family, like they all live in the same area? Are they all exposed to the same items?
Right.
What is it that's, if it's not genetic, then why are some people in the same family
Getting it.
cancer?
Yeah, I have my ideas on that, but it's not proven, so.
Okay.
Well, now you have me intrigued. Can you share?
I think that it was probably my birth control medication that I took for so many years.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not confirmed, but I have my idea on,
Well, you would not be the first person to have that theory.
yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot of evidence out there that birth control pills could contribute to cancer.
Yeah.
And that's why we're such big advocates for just watching what you put in your body and trying to stay away from medications if you can, and going about it with what you eat and put in your body and exercise and your environment and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Because it can make a big difference.
Well, one of the concerns that was brought up on one of the episodes was how they're trying to encourage girls at a younger and younger age to be taking birth control pills. Like, Ashley, you mentioned that when you were in school, it was to control acne.
Yeah,
Right.
same with mine. My doctor wanted to put me on it to control acne, which I didn't even have.
Or heavy periods. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy periods is another, and it's like, don't do it. Just
Yeah.
don't do it.
Because the evidence that it's actually contributed to cancer is worse than what you're trying to stop.
Right.
Exactly. Because so many younger girls, under 42, they're getting breast cancer in 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
Really?
And it's
Yeah.
younger and younger, and it's like, why?
Yeah,
Why?
truly.
Yeah. I
That's
was
a great point.
I was recently at a breast cancer awareness run. Breast Friends does.
Yeah.
And that if you are a survivor, they had this sash you got to wear, and I was just amazed at how many girls that were like 20s and early 30s were wearing these survivor sashes. And I'm thinking, what in the world is going on at that age to contribute to cancer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that any age is good, but
Right.
But why so young? Why so young?
Why so young? For
Yeah,
so often
yeah.
it was like ladies in their 50s and their 60s.
Yeah.
But now we're talking about in their 20s they're survivors of cancer. What's contributing to that?
Yeah.
So, and again,
Sad. Crazy.
Again, like you said, no proof, but
Right. And
Yeah.
we're not doctors.
we're not
Right.
doctors.
Exactly. No,
Theory.
it's a
Theory.
There's a definite
Theory.
theory out there that the birth control pills could be a contributing factor.
Yeah.
We have to be careful and tread lightly. Just 'cause
Exactly.
we don't want to give advice or
No.
have some, but yeah. So
Yeah.
we're not doctors. We're just,
Yeah. And
guesses, if
yeah.
you will.
Yeah.
But yes, interesting point, because they are younger and younger
Yeah.
with a lot of cancers too, not just breast cancer.
Well,
Yeah.
and I know we got a couple minutes here, and I want to give you some time for some more of your quotes. But I had written down some things that you had said during one of the articles. She was in one of our newsletters.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful article she wrote. But you said, "Stay strong, stay focused, stay positive." That was kind of your motto as you went through the whole journey.
It was.
And the whole, I think you were like the fourth or fifth or sixth person that said there was no pity party. There was no why me as
Yeah.
you went through this.
I wasn't going there. I was not going to allow myself ever to go down that
Rabbit hole?
Of depression.
It could be a scary
It is
cycle.
scary, but if you can retain a positive attitude through all of that, which I think I did. I do get a lot of compliments from friends and family that said, "Hey, how did you do it?" Well, how I did it was several things. Is number one, there was a visionary CD that was given to me from a friend, and it was put out by the American Cancer Society, and I would play that, and it was played on your computer.
Okay.
And so it was just this visionary, and just really helped, it talked you kind of through staying positive and staying motivated and staying strong, and just really some quotes too that I kind of live by too. And that was, one is, hope is being able to see the light in all of the darkness. And you just, you have to stay. You just have to stay on the right side with the positive.
Read that one more time. That's a good one.
Hope is being able to see the light in all of the darkness.
I like that.
So I did
Me
not
too.
allow myself to go into that dark space. Another one, this one is, once you choose hope, anything is possible. And, again, I just couldn't allow myself to not be hopeful,
Right.
for my girls, and stay
Yeah.
positive for my girls. I think it was harder on my family, my mother, my sisters, and my daughters, than it was on myself.
I think it's always hard for those that are watching you go through
Yeah.
it.
They want to do so much.
I think because they're so helpless. There's no
Yeah.
control. There's no power. There's literally nothing that anybody can do or say to change the outcome or to heal or fix you.
Yeah.
And so that's hard.
Yeah.
That's a really difficult thing to be powerless when you want to do everything in your power to help
To
somebody.
fix somebody, and there isn't fixing. They have to just do
Pray.
what they,
Yeah.
and pray. Absolutely.
Watch from a
So having
distance and
faith
hope
and
for the best.
yep. This was a big one for me. To live without hope is to cease to live.
Okay.
And I was not going to give up ever through my whole journey. So staying
There's a
positive.
Stay
consistent,
strong.
consistent thread of the word hope
Yes.
for all of those.
Right, it
Yes,
is.
there
Yeah.
is.
Because my month was December, and the month was hope.
Yep.
So I brought in hope. So
I love that.
yeah. So let your hopes, not your hurts, shape you.
Okay.
Let your hopes.
Oh.
Not. Anyway, I think that we're
hold,
yeah.
Hold a few more
We're
of these
good.
quotes.
Okay.
We'll catch these in the next half of the show.
Okay.
So huge shout out to Oddmost Pizza. Again, our food of the day was artichokes, which is
Artichokes.
so perfect for their Green Monster pizza, which is artichoke hearts. It's got their white sauce, and I add chicken and bacon crumbles, and it's so
good.
Oh my gosh, so delicious. And has so many benefits. So there you go.
Yeah.
So go check them out, and huge shout out to Oddmost Pizza, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.